Hey guys, thanks for joining us for another episode of Tool Talk TV. Today, I have the absolute privilege of being joined by Tony Martin from Wiha Tools, where we get to tap into his experience and dig into some of the Wiha range. And don't forget, if this is the first time you've joined us on our YouTube channel, if that's where you're watching this, hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time we launch a new video. Before we get started, Tony, do you want to give a quick introduction to who you are and what you do at Wiha?
Thanks, Adam. I'm Tony Martin from Wiha Tools. Worked for Wiha for now over 6 years. Sold Wiha tools for many years prior to a different company. And a privilege to come and meet everybody down at Tool Talk.
Absolutely love it. Guys, let's get into the Tool Talk. Tony, one thing I've learned over time in terms of working with Wiha is people love the cases that you make.
Yeah.
And for me, for this video, for the guys watching, a lot of the tools inside, they're probably going to know about. There's probably a couple of new tools in there, but the case from first impressions for me is the thing that's had the most significant changes.
Yes, I agree.
Totally. Let's have a quick chat about what the case does now. It's much bigger, the wheels are bigger. Like, why have you made the changes that you've made?
Well, as I said before on the other demonstrations, is we do listen to people, and we designed the first XL case 4.5 years ago. Great sales, fantastic, through the roof. All the competition was like, oh, look what they've got. Then we modified it slightly. We heard that they didn't have the correct products in for the UK and various other countries, so we changed it again to the XXL II.
Which is this one
Which
here.
is that one there, which is, I've had that now for 2 years. It's been a brilliant case, sold an awful lot of them. As you can see, just from the physical size, if you just want to close that lid down,
yeah, of course,
it is a lot bigger than this one. If you were to put them both together,
yeah,
it's a lot bigger.
There's a noticeable difference.
Yeah, when you look on picture, you can't really see the difference.
Yeah,
but it is actually a big difference. Now you might say, yeah, but that's heavy to lift up, which we know is heavy.
Well, to be honest with you, when you got here, you were like, we've got a lift here in our offices, and you were like, we're not using the lift. Use the stairs. You went in the lift.
I went.
But
Yeah,
you said,
did that.
Adam, take this up a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
Take this up a flight of stairs and take that up a flight of stairs.
Correct.
Considering that's bigger, I was surprised how easy that was to get up the stairs. Why is that?
Because this is the way it's been designed. Like we said, we listen to everybody. That is a great case, so robust. Little wheels. The actual wheels change from version from XXL1 to XXL2, the rubber version. As you can see, they're quite small.
Yep.
Which great if you're just pulling along normal terrain.
Yep.
You start going up flights of stairs, new builds. You've got the wooden stairs, factories where you've got just concrete or steel stairs.
Yep.
They became a nuisance. They got stuck in the grates. So, end of the day, it was like, okay, we listen to that. We can't just change it. With this case here, we listened to everything that everybody wanted, and we found that people say, well, we want to buy a case. With the Wiha case, it's not just a case, it's a workmate.
Yeah.
It's a helper, where that just stores the tools securely in a way you can take it with you. This one here means you can have twice as much weight as that one and still virtually pull it one finger, as you saw.
Yep.
It's totally different balance, and it's unique to Wiha, but we've also went the extra further. We've listened to some of the people that buy the case but want to add more tools.
Yep.
They've had 30 years in this game. They've got more tools than enough. So with that one there, with this one here, we've removed some of the tools.
Yep.
Compared to that one. We've condensed them into something like this. I'll show you here.
Yep.
To make more space for you.
So if you've got more space, I assume this one's a lower retail price point than this one.
It is. What it was, that retail price is the top of the range.
Yep.
Now, this one also was looked at because we don't have the torque driver in there, which is an expensive set, and a few other things, being able to reduce the price of the goods that's inside it.
Yep.
Even though we've paid a lot of money for these cases, incidentally, we don't sell the cases separately. We'll always get emails going, do you sell the case separately? No, don't sell it. It comes as a kit. What you do with it after that is entirely up to you.
Because you're not a case manufacturer.
We're a tool manufacturer.
Exactly,
we actually manufacture tools. And would you believe, even in electrical trade, what I call the red and yellow, we've still got a long way to go.
Yep.
But we can only do that by getting feedback from you guys. But it takes time.
Yeah.
We've got to get patents. This is patents to Weha. This is Weha's.
Yep.
You can't copy it. This is ours.
Yeah, because when we brought this up the stairs, Harrison, who's our head of production behind the camera, this looks very similar to kind of the case that Harry's got for how he carries his camera equipment.
Yeah, you've got a £5,000 camera. You don't want to put it into a cheap case.
But there's cases like this on the market. I haven't seen anything like this yet.
No, there's nothing like this.
Was this actually designed for Weha?
Yes, designed for Weha.
Okay.
It's our patent. Nobody can copy this one. That one there is also designed for Weha.
Yep.
People can copy it, but it isn't actually. You can't buy that case.
Okay.
But this one here is ours. This is our name on it. It's totally ours.
Let's talk about what the case does.
Right. What basically, if you look at it, it's at the moment it's quite light, but it's got nearly as many tools in there. It's just the way it's balanced. What you've got also, as you can see,
noticed up the stairs like that. Great case, I know, but it feels like there's a lot of weight at the bottom. This one, it felt like it was evenly distributed.
Because of the big wheels. As you can see, the wheels are huge. But what you've also got here is...
People know I'm used to working behind a computer, that's the problem. So
soft lad, soft hand, you see, soft hand. But the difference being with this one also, as you can see here, when you turn it over, you've actually got the handle, which we'll show you later as you use it as a trolley. You pull that leg out there, and it now becomes a workbench. So when this is on the floor, this will actually take 23 stone.
So that's over 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also, if I don't think you can see from there, Adam, it's got a step. And I pull the handle out there.
Yes.
It's
Can I climb on this?
And you climb it, you made the bench.
We'll see how good the bench is. Yeah. Harry wasn't expecting to get this. Oh my word.
Yeah.
I really wish I was wearing better trainers today, to be honest, because that's probably all you can see.
Yeah, Ted Big. I didn't see with their TK Max specials.
That feels sturdy.
It's as solid as rocks, as solid as your bench will be, but on the floor, as you can appreciate.
But it's not as even if like the centre, I was expecting in the centre, I feel like it dipped.
It rocks. You can stand on it. Like I said, 23 stones, even heavier than I am. But the idea of it is, it's designed that way so you can have the step, you can get up. If you don't want the step, you can close the step in.
Yep. But I know on the XXL2 you can stand on this, but I guess from a height perspective.
Correct. This is the optimum working, and we'll show you later on the floor. If you're doing the idea of also on the top, I don't know if you can see that, Harrison, is on the top of the lid, it's got a recess. It's got two recesses. If you just look into there. It also has got like a tape measure. There's a measurement on them in millimeters.
Yeah.
So if you're doing trunking, your plastic trunking, your plastic piping, you can lay it in there. Because of the height of it, you can use it, your foot on there, and you can use it.
So that's how you use it as a workbench.
So it's actually a workbench.
Okay.
As well. So you can do it left-handed, right-handed. You can. It's a right optimal height.
Yep.
For you without getting on your knees. You can get down there and you can really saw away with it. But you can actually use it as a workbench, or for putting cups of tea on, which expert trades don't have. But that's the two advantages there. It's a bench.
Yep.
You can stand on it. Third advantage is you can use it to saw on. So on there, saw through. Now, what you've got here is the clasps. Two clasps. And then once you lift up, you can hear it go.
Well, I just opened this one, and that sounds like it's got more hydraulics in.
Certainly has.
These rams bigger?
A lot bigger rams.
Okay.
A lot bigger rams. You can see they're a lot longer than them ones. Them ones tend to, as you can see, more like a hatchback of a car.
Yep.
Quite narrow, still good.
Yep.
But these would be designed to take more weight. So if you put your hand there, it won't fall down. I can't push it down and hurt your hand. So for safety reasons,
Lucky I trust you, I didn't know what you were doing there.
Safety reasons, it's not going to fall down.
Yeah,
so you've got any kids running about or other people running about, you've got to try and push that down.
Yeah, okay, you've got to physically push
you've
it
got
down.
to push
it's stopping
it down.
there every time.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's another feature to it.
Just so I know, everything that we're seeing inside the case, if people are looking at it now, we're not going to go into the tools because a lot of the guys watching know the tools that are included, but everything they see is included in the case.
Correct. This particular case, the other case, I've got a few of my particular products in there which I use on a daily basis. This is the case, even down to.
Hey, I know they're popular.
Bottle open. And do you believe that's in there because customers asked for it? Not because we thought put a freebie in.
Yeah.
They wanted the bottle opener because I believe in some countries, lunchtime, they can have a beer.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I've been told
in the
that.
wrong country is what I'm learning.
Some countries you can actually have a beer in. But what we'll do is maybe so Harrison can get his camera out, we might have to put it down on its legs.
Yeah, let's fold it away.
Close it back down again.
Yeah, as you close that up, guys, for those of you that are watching, if you want to have a full list of what's included in the actual kit, That'll be in the product description below when you're watching this on YouTube. And if it's not directly below, there'll be a link out to Tool Talk where there'll be reviews for this product as well as a full product description so you know what's included in the case. There we go, that's probably a little bit easier to have a look.
That could be a bit easier. So the idea of this case now, compared to all the other cases that we do, it is, or it has got a heavy duty seal. If you look at the other case,
Yep.
it's a seal, but it's not as thick as this one. For dust, because you know what it's like, these kits are great.
I don't know what it's like to be on site, Tony.
Or to work. But what you find is when these guys are working with plaster guys and first fix, there's a lot of plaster lying down there.
Yep.
And within days, these look 10 years old.
Okay.
So the idea of this is when you're not using it, close it down. The seal in there keeps all your dust out. Any water, any guy plastering. What you can then do is, if you have to, close it down, pressure wash it off.
Pressure, okay, smart.
Make sure that it's nice and clean for the next day.
Yep.
Or put back in your fancy new van. So inside there, as you can see, the case got robust locks.
Yep.
These sides also fit into a guide here.
Okay.
Where sometimes on the
Why
other
does that
one,
matter?
because if you put too much in, and it goes off on a
Oh,
on
it
a
might
skew,
knock out of alignment.
yeah.
Okay.
So unless it's held in 4 secure places.
Okay.
So it's in there, locked on there, but the secureness is there. It doesn't need catches. What we're trying to say there is, you don't need 6 catches. That's there, and it's actually
That's
caught
doing the
there.
work on the sides for
Correct.
you. Okay.
So you can see that's what that one is there. Now, if you just want to unclip that,
Oh, this one over here.
yeah,
Yep.
and then pull it out, you can actually. Can you grab that side?
Yep.
Adam? You can actually lever that out.
Why,
So what
why would you want to take
Because
that
what
out?
you might find is here, the way the bottom tray locks in, there's 2 little things you twist,
Yep.
and the tray lifts up and you've got space there. But if you want to put more bulky products in, like cameras or testers or something
Yep.
like that, this tray now can come up here.
Makes sense. Okay, so that can basically elevate up here, and the stuff
Correct.
that's under here is, I guess, stuff that's
But
not
some-
included
I mean,
in
you
the
can get
case.
£1,000 testers. You're not in, no, these are in the case here. Everything
Okay.
that's needs in the case.
Beautiful.
But what you can do is you can bespoke this. You might not need that, or you might find there's enough room here to get rid of that.
Yep.
Or you might find that that's a handy tool. So if you're going to be working,
I'll be honest, I'm watching that, and I'm expecting one of the tools to fall out at some point.
no, the tools won't fall out. This is one thing about Weha. You can see the elastic here. It's designed so that you can use it like that, which is why that other case, XXL 2 works.
Yep.
If you put a tool in there, like if I remove this one out of here, stick it in, it won't fall out. Likewise, if I get a screwdriver, poke it in, that won't fall out neither. It's how it's been designed.
Yep.
This is why we
And
designed it.
just out of
It's
curiosity,
also scratch resistant.
This
on
is
here.
your older case.
That's
So
my
if I took this out,
Yeah.
because that's a brand new case, so elastic is elastic, that gives up over time.
That's a good year old, that case, and it gets well used.
So if I take this one out, same sort
Slightly
of mechanism here, I
different,
can
but you've got to
disconnect.
pull different.
But if I do,
That won't
Oh,
do
wow.
it neither. That's the only thing about it. So if you were working up here in the ceiling, you design this as how you want it with the tool that you want it for what you're working with.
so I'll pass it on.
Take it with you.
Got you. Okay.
Now,
That elastic is good.
yeah, what we also have just mentioned there is working in the dark possibly.
Yep.
So you may be working in the dark with this little set. So you might say, well, I want to take a torch because it's going to be dark up there. Now the thing is, you might find that you're working up there and you can't actually hold a torch.
Oh, that's smart.
So what it's got there is you've got
That's
your
smart.
torch on there, you've got the 2 settings for your torch. What you have also got, if you are working up there, I don't know if we can hit the light switch.
No, we can't.
We can, that's all right.
Automatic.
That's all right, what we'll try and do is make this quite dark. If that was up in the loft and you were doing, I don't know, say you were fitting a TV aerial
Yep.
in the loft, or you were putting clasps round vents. You took ordinary tools up there with this torch, like you say, which was magnetic here.
Yep.
And also on the handle, you've also got a metal bar on the handle so you can use it. What you can do with this, it's ultraviolet.
I remember this.
Remember?
You showed me this at a trade show.
Yeah, so if you look at that on there,
Yep.
it's how all the tools shine up as ultraviolet, including the Allen keys. So if
Nice.
it's up there and you've got an Allen key, you've lost it, you can actually find by the ultraviolet.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Talking about torches, you had was it a volt stick in your hand earlier?
Yes.
I think that's a relatively new product.
It is. It was launched because of COVID. We've launched a load of products in Cologne, or we were going to launch a load of products in Cologne.
Yeah.
Problem being is, it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of companies plan that's the way that they get it every 2 years. They get a place to show off all the new products.
Yeah.
The problem being is it didn't happen because of COVID. So we did launch it, but it was a bit of a silent launch. And this is the testers included in here. There's 2 testers. There's the standard tester.
Yep. What's included in this kit?
Posh one.
The posh
This
one.
has all got our posh gear in.
Okay.
You can buy the cheaper one,
Yep.
but this is the posh one.
Okay. And what's the difference?
Right. The difference with this one here is that switches on, and that's it. So when you come to do a test, all it basically does is show you where the power is.
Okay.
Doesn't whistle, doesn't sing, just lights up.
Yep.
Doesn't even show you a return. Just lights up where the power is. But like I said, if you go around there, you might think that wire's not switched on. It actually is.
Okay.
But according to that, it's not.
Okay.
But it is, because it follows the cable around. Because the cable actually isn't straight, it goes like that.
Winds around, yep.
But switch it off. With the new one, or with the posher version, you've got a very, very bright torch.
That's what you were playing with.
Because the torch, as you can see,
Yep.
the light's very bright, but it's a great torch. But then to get rid of the torch, switch it on, it beeps.
Yep.
But also it does like a force field, like something from Star Wars, but it will do 12 to 9,000 volts. That does 90 to 1,000 volts. So this will actually
Increase sensitivity.
yeah, more sensitivity, which people say, oh, it's a bit sensitive. It's actually designed that to say, look, there's power there.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's going to hurt you, but look, there's power there.
Yep.
If you do what we just did before, bring it round the cable, the yellow,
Yep.
shows your return, then you've got your live. That was a lot more sensitive than the original one we did. And that's the idea of that one. That's the new one, which is in the kit.
Perfect.
Okay.
Talking about the kit, what else is there that we need to cover off that someone watching this is going to say, I really wish you told me this? What are the common questions you get about this case right now?
When can I have it? Can you stick that back on there, please?
Yeah, of course.
So that's how you just clip on, and it just clips in the back. So it just goes around the back of there. So it's really, really professional, nice and tidy. And I'm the world's scruffiest person when it comes to tools. So, what you're seeing there, we can now lift it up, and inside you have these things. These are dividers. So what you can do here is, this comes out.
Yep.
So when you first get it, you decide what you're going to do. And then there you go in there. And it creates a divider. So inside there you can break it up to however you want it.
Okay.
With the other version there was this aluminium case. So this is a little bit more flexible way you can move it. Some people don't use these things. They much prefer to have stuff just flying about in the bottom of the bag. You know, but the idea of this one is you can do that. You've also got the latest hacksaw.
So
as you can see,
I put a poll into the Pro Club. What were the first 3 tools? If you had to buy 3 tools from Weha, what were the first 3 tools? That one popped up more than
I mean that's been a silent.
Very popular.
That's been a silent one because yet again because of COVID we couldn't really launch it
Yep.
other than us doing tool days of customers.
Yep.
Or tool fairs. Well, we only had one tool fair this year.
Yep.
Because I think it was Ali Pali. So what you can do in here, you can carry all your bootlays ferrules in your bags. You can carry switches and all the other toys that you want to do.
Yep.
It might be a bit of plumbing work, but it all goes in the bottom like so. So in there, turn it round. You can bespoke this as well with your screwdrivers.
Yeah, you got space to
extra
expand
space
it
for
out,
screwdriver.
haven't
You've got loads of space for expansion, and of course you've got this one at the back, which is for, if you can see at the back, also for any certificates, because I like to carry certificates. So there's a proper bag in the back as well. So when you get it, you push it down, lock her into place. Really, really solid. You can put a lock around there.
Yep.
But something the lasses might notice on here.
What we're looking at?
On there. If you look here, this might be able to show you a bit better. It's in German.
Yep.
picture on the side. If you look at the picture on the side here, when you register the kit, because when you get it, there's a serial number.
Yep.
It's actually sealed in Germany in the warehouse. When we build it, there's a little red seal in there. It's wrapped down there so it knows nobody's touched it.
Okay.
If that seal's broken, it means somebody's been inside it.
Yep.
It might be the wholesaler who's excited to say, look what's inside it.
Yep.
But if you know that that's there, it's sealed.
Okay.
That's your unique number to this case.
Okay.
A bit like the Speedy.
Yep.
When you register that, you send them or your business card or your logo, and what they do is on here, as you can see, on there, they'll send you back labels to go under there with your own logo on.
Oh, nice!
Just
you can personalise the kit.
Yeah, so if you had 5 guys in the shop, in a gang of lads or lasses,
you know who's
it's all personalised. Yeah,
that's
so
nice,
that's done.
Nice little touch.
Yeah,
you're saying register it, and I just want to keep emphasising. Where do people register when they buy products from you guys?
my.weha.com.
my.weha.com.
On there, you'll open an account. You can have. I mean, I've got stuff registered in there. You can have as many tools as you want that are applicable to be registered.
Okay, perfect.
And like I said, the good thing about the whole case is also the robustness of it.
Yeah.
It's so solid, it's untrue. 23 stone on them legs.
I never fancy
It's
getting
not bad
myself
going.
up to that weight. Tony, before we wrap up, I know we haven't gone into the details of the tools because a lot of the guys watching this will know the tools that you do. But on some of your adverts, I've seen this AGR certificate pop up.
Yes.
I don't know much about that. What is that?
And what that is a recognised health certificate in Germany. A lot of companies strive to get awards.
Yep.
And we get a lot of awards. And number 1 award is for the AGR. And that's doctor's recommendation for our products.
How's that applicable to hand tools?
Basically what it is, if you look at our handle grip, I'll not give you that, I'll give you that end there.
Yep.
Just due to this.
The world we find ourselves in, yep.
Yep.
Okay.
If you find the grip on that, compared to other manufacturers, you'll find that the actual grip is, if you were to take a heat sink on this, your hand is like 85% over the handle.
Yeah.
So it means that when you're putting pressure on it, less pressure you need to loosen a screw or a ball.
That's the torque test machine that you guys sent us.
And that's right. That's why you can get it. It's
Okay.
also the way that all our tools are designed. If it's got that certificate on, which all your screwdriver sets have, and the products inside here, they've been awarded the certificate for comfort.
Okay.
And it doesn't give you problem with your wrists, your arms, your shoulders, because believe it or not, when you are taking screws out, you're actually losing your shoulder and your back, even though you don't realise that.
Ah, okay.
If you've got a back problem, go and try and take a screw out of a wall.
You're going to feel
It hurts. And that's where the AGR comes in. But people, I don't know if this country, it doesn't really matter to them. It's like, it's a screwdriver. But that's, well, I think we're the only one in the world that's actually got that.
Nice.
Could be correct me on that one, but as far as I'm aware, we've got that certificate, which is, hold a second, it's not just a tool, it's a piece of health.
It kind of comes back to your guys' tagline, tools that work for you.
That's correct. Yeah.
Guys, if you actually care about that part of the job, and I know a lot of our members do, especially those guys that at times serve electricians and the health things are kicking in right now, you're feeling your back, you're feeling your wrist, there'll be some information about the AGR certificate in the description below. If you want to go and learn more about that, me and Tony won't pretend to be physicians on the internet. You can go and read up about that from the specialists. Guys, if you have any follow-up questions about the XXL3 case, the brand new one, please put in the comments below. If you want to learn more about the product or hear what other trades professionals say about it, click the link below, head over to Tool Talk, read those reviews, and if there's a place to buy this online, you can get it there too. Speak to you soon.